Asuka, Sakura, Asuna, Rem, Nezuko. These women are few among the many who have held an iron grip over the lives of Japanese otakus and weeaboos around the world. They are anime girls, forces of nature that compel the human psyche to levels of insane obsession. But we as mortal men, striving to bring our wildest dreams to reality, ask the question, what if anime girls could be real? Well, now they can! All you have to do is hit that like button and subscribe so that you can see all the latest content from your favorite VTuber. Short for virtual YouTuber, VTubers are a growing brand of YouTube performers that adopt larger-than-life personas by operating under 3D models rather than their real human selves. VTubers are a fairly recent trend, having rocketed into popularity after the success of Kizuna Ai in 2016, an endlessly cheerful anime girl AI portrayed by the Japanese actress Nozomi Kasuga, and I think that's what makes VTubers such a unique phenomenon. It's all fake. Kasuga may have started her career on YouTube, a site known for fostering independent creatives without the control of the entertainment industry, yet she's ended up at the same point that most traditional J-pop idols do, performing as Kizuna Ai on popular TV shows and live concerts. One of the most common buzzwords of the internet age is authenticity, and social media has allowed us sad, lonely people to feel like we know the celebrities who once towered as untouchable idols as friends. We like getting to see the more candid, personal side of people, until they become too human and start saying the stupid things that we're constantly barraged with from the general public. Then we want to go back to fiction, where celebrities can be a blissful escape from reality again. Virtual YouTubers are a pretty perfect marriage of these ideas. At least that's what the subscriber counts say. They still stream video games, do funny viral challenges, and vlog about the wacky occurrences in their lives like regular YouTubers, but the lines between persona and reality are much more blurred. The wiki page for VTubers compares it to the way characters and storylines in professional wrestling are portrayed as real events, with the audience ultimately understanding it's all staged but suspending their disbelief to enjoy the show. Most big-name VTubers are employed by talent agencies like Hololive and Nijisanji, which manage their public characters and careers to varying degrees. And that Kizuna Ai girl that I mentioned earlier? Well, change that to girls with an S, because now that Kasuga has gone on hiatus, Kizuna Ai Inc. will be working with her to recruit a multitude of new actresses to continue portraying the same character. It's not like Markiplier will hire multiple black-haired men with deep voices to continue posing as him once he retires. VTubers operate under different rules than traditional YouTubers that make them feel like celebrities, but that closeness with their fans and casual nature of their content still makes them feel uniquely internet. It's all just a bit weird. Well, you have to get past the initial shock of shark lollies and Grim Reaper waifus first, but even then, there's something almost paradoxical about the VTuber industry. Sure, we know that these virtual characters don't literally exist in our reality, yet it's clear that the actors still imbue a lot of their own personality in their videos, and their script is often open to improvisation or almost non-existent. What's authentic and what's manufactured? What's human and what's artificial? Can we ever truly know? Once you look past the LOL random moments, you can't help but feel a little existential about it all. And that's where HimeHina does something that I've never really seen before. Debuting in March of 2018, HimeHina consists of the two VTubers Hime Tanaka and Hina Suzuki. They make standard VTuber content together, playing viral games and doing different anime-related challenges, and their comedic chemistry makes for some really funny videos. Hina plays the role of the energetic jokester, while Hina is the more rational straight man, but both of them like to cause chaos either way, and their videos tend to be pretty wild, even for VTuber standards. After all, Hime's introduction to the channel was a somber apology for accidentally revealing her panties on her model sheet, but their unpredictable antics are what adds to their charm and helps them stand out in an oversaturated field, and they've enjoyed success with over 700,000 subscribers. Like many VTubers, HimeHina also has a music career, releasing a number of animated music videos onto their channel over the past 5 years. They started out covering popular Vocaloid songs, like their first cover MV, Bring It On by Giga P, Solar System Disco by Nayutali N, and Rocky by Mikito P. These covers had the same vibe as their videos, being lighthearted and nonsensical fun with random improvisation often added to make the covers distinctly HimeHina. But after their release of Rocky, HimeHina started shifting away from these karaoke party Vocaloid renditions to releasing their own music, beginning with Hirogata or Humanoid.
Hey, Mr. Mrs. Burger, you know we are not a dog. Hey, human. Tell us a secret, don't lie.
Humanoid opens HimeHina's music career with a bang. It's an energetic EDM song with impressive vocal performances from the girls and even a rap solo in the second verse. I became an instant fan when I first listened to it as a freshman, replaying it so much that it probably became a hazard to my health. Despite knowing this song inside and out, I never really paid attention to the lyrics as an English listener who knows about 7 Japanese words. But when you move past the loud dubstep and take a closer look at Humanoid's lyrics as well as its music video, it starts to get weird, existential even. The song does open with the English lyrics from HimeHina, "Hey Mr. and Mrs. Virtual, you know we are not a doll." And this does at least give Western listeners an indication that this fun EDM track actually delves into questions of what makes something a living thing and what the meaning of living is at all. But these are pretty overwhelming questions to explore in a VTuber J-pop song, so let's take it step by step. The music video starts with HimeHina in a landscape of computer circuitry, as well as in front of a glowing white tree. After saying that they're not dolls, they continue talking to the listener. "Hey human, tell us the secret of life." Then the girls spit bars so fast it's hard to tell what they're saying, but they elaborate on this conflict between artificial intelligence and organic life. Human form, pseudo form, simulation, imitation. With no knowledge of these, they exuded from light. Pain gave birth to souls and made them human, inhuman simulacrums, singing out their lives. Okay, let's just clarify what simulacrum means first. It is an image or representation of someone or something that is sometimes an unsatisfactory imitation or substitute. The word is often used in modern day as reference to artificial intelligence or other digital replications of organic life, with the Wikipedia page even listing Vocaloids as an example of simulacrums. This concept weighs on the minds of HimeHina and Humanoid as they continue to debate their humanity. Hime relays her internal conflict in the first verse. "Go on and struggle like the human that you're not. You're neither nor, just an imperfect reflection, a shadow of a thought." Hime and Hina still feel the pain of being human, but they can't fully access their humanity as virtual beings. The chorus brings the most clarity towards the story of this song. "One night, I lingered in the human world, and saw the fate of the half I lost. Human, oh human," I pleaded. "We chose these shells to stay alive." The premise concerns the idea of preserving human consciousness through digital methods, and it's one that's starting to become realer every day, such as with retired or deceased celebrities being reborn through voice modulators or holographic technology. As Hime and Hina say in Humanoid, real and ideal are mixing and blending. Technology is giving us an unprecedented amount of control over life, to the point that we can basically achieve immortality. But if we can't preserve our emotion, our soul, are we just humanoids? Are we really living at all? Beyond the lyrics, the music video contains lots of interesting imagery. Yeah, Hime and Hina do some cool dancing, but also there's a shot of them standing in front of 2 graves with Hina collapsing to the ground as Hime stands with her back towards her. The girls cycle throughout a variety of backdrops, the most significant being a dilapidated yet futuristic city, and a lab with what appears to be 2 holographic reconstructions of Hime and Hina. To me, this all signifies that in the universe of Humanoid, an apocalyptic event, most likely caused by human warfare, considering that Hina says grieving, gambling, withering is what awaits all humankind, has rendered the earth desolate and forced the girls to preserve their consciousnesses in a digital form. But just wait, because things get even weirder. The instrumental bridge of the song flashes between 3 timelines: Hime and Hina as children, as young adults, and now as humanoids. As children, they play together in a church and a wheat field, with the scenery resembling a past time such as that of the 1700s. Whatever time period they're in, the world is much more organic and seemingly thriving before the destruction of humanity. Then we see them standing in front of 2 graves, before later approaching some kind of machine that looks like a mech suit. Warning symbols flash, apparently related to the machine, and the 2 girls reach out towards a glowing light before we cut back to the present. We also see a letter, which according to Google Translate, is written in Czech. I know I sound like a crazy person overanalyzing a VTuber MV, I'll address the absurdity in a second. Now, I don't speak Czech, and the letter is a little hard to see, so take this translation with a grain of salt. There are moments when something enters us. Thoughts that are not of us come to us. Here, oh here, the people are our vinegar. That voice that calls out that you want to live. That voice. That cry, that voice that thinks, that voice that speaks of eternity. That is their voice. We are their sons. It seems that this letter elaborates on Hime and Hina's struggle to maintain their humanity and desire to live in their virtual shells. In the humanoid scene, now in the present, Hime and Hina are walking around a glowing white tree. Trees are often seen as a symbol of growth and spirituality. Most famously in the Lord of the Rings series, the white tree of Gondor represents hope and the renewal of life. Again, they walk towards and circle around this tree that represents rebirth and a better future, but they can never quite reach reach it. HimeHina finish out the song with the same verse from the beginning. Human form, pseudo-form, simulation, imitation. With no knowledge of these, they exuded from light. Pain gave birth to souls and made them human. Inhuman simulacrums, singing out their lives. They are humanoids. Okay, so that's great and all, but why is this on a VTuber channel? Aren't these things supposed to be places where you escape from your sad reality to watch your anime girlfriend play funny internet games? HimeHina's regular content certainly follows this mold. It's filled with chaotic, nonsensical humor that makes you feel like you're just having a fun time with your friends. But their music career is full of these esoteric ponderings on human consciousness, and it basically has its own expanded universe about the fall of humanity to apocalyptic war, and mankind's feeble attempt to preserve themselves through technology. Hibari, or Skylarks, tells us how the world fell to such desolation. Hime and Hina sing of how the madams played God, they were so conceited, and how everybody was caught up in their ego. Nobody could put up any resistance. The girls themselves seem to represent the younger generation that desires peace and an end to the hatred, asking, if we weighed and cut out our hearts and sold them, would we find happiness at long last? I'm sorry if I sound like a pretentious 13-year-old right now, but man, that line is epic, and it really captures the beauty of Skylarks. It's a lovely composition that tells an enchanting folktale story of love and loss. Speaking of the story, this song introduces the character of Lillian into the HimeHina lore. From what they tell us of her, she was the one who came up with the idea of using technology as a means of digital reincarnation. She was also Hime and Hina's biological mother, or at least creator in some capacity, but she never had much love for the girls and supposedly abandoned them in trying to preserve her digital self. They are the two Skylarks that Lillian left behind, forever mourning the broken relationship between themselves and their mother. Oh look, more letters! I'm not translating this whole thing, but I took a few sentences from it, and it seems to reinforce that Lillian was a self-absorbed woman who was obsessed with granting herself immortality. We also get a mention of George, who HimeHina actually referenced in Humanoid with the line, "Hey George, take back." I didn't know what it meant at first, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it means now, so I didn't mention George, but this letter reveals that George is Lillian's husband as she yells at him about where the kids went off to. Are Hime and Hina angry at George for being complicit in this process that led to the destruction of the world and their suffering as humanoids? Maybe we should keep heading through their discography to find out. Utakata yo Ikanaide, or Don't Go Ephemerals, doesn't provide much lore for the fictional universe of HimeHina, but is a sweet song nonetheless. This one feels a little more like a standard pop song, just talking about the pain that comes with the inevitable march of time and having to say goodbye to someone when they pass on to the next world. It ends on a much more uplifting note than the previous songs though, with HimeHina telling the audience, we'll lock away these precious thoughts deep inside of our hearts, shining forever like a gem, these brilliant memories. It reinforces the main theme of this expanded universe that even if we can't achieve immortality, we can still live on in the hearts of those who remember us. A heartwarming message for those who are no longer with us. But who cares about that? I'm here for more sci-fi apocalypses with Lillian and George. In contrast to Don't Go Ephemerals, Kohaku no Karada, or The Ambroid, is the most lore-heavy HimeHina song, explicitly taking us through a narrative in its lyrics with a full-on dialogue performance during the bridge. This song also features the Ghosts of Carol, which aren't a music group like I thought, they're just something HimeHina made up, because why not? Ghost background dancers are cool. In the context of the song, they seem to be the scientists' attempts at creating clones. HimeHina sing of two people searching for a way to artificially preserve their lives in the midst of a devastated city. The lyrics have quotes around them though, so I believe these characters are separate from the humanoid girls Hime and Hina were portraying in previous songs. One character, the scientist, becomes obsessed with the idea of making the other character, his wife, immortal so that their love can last forever. But, like we've seen in the previous songs, the clone the scientist creates of his wife is only a simulacrum, and it doesn't contain the soul that he desires. As Hime laments, love can't exist without a heart. you foolish scientist. Once again, the android reinforces that immortality is futile if the soul is lost in the process. And one last note before we move on to the next song. During the bridge of the song, we see flashes of text that say, "See you, Hein," and "Good night, Haim." In the music video for Humanoid, Hime and Hina stand over graves for Carol Haim and Carol Hein. Haim and Hein are obviously anagrams for Hime and Hina, and no, it did not take me until 4 songs to figure that out. It seems that Hime and Hina really did try to clone themselves in an attempt to preserve their souls, only to tragically realize their mistake after it was too late. It all feels pretty nihilistic, doesn't it? A race of humans destroyed by their own hands, trying so desperately to escape the mortality that they lost their souls in the process. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and we find that there is a way to regain our humanity after all of this suffering. HimeHina, or Indigo Flower, is the culmination of all of the previous MVs, including a number of references to the past storylines and tying them all together in a banger track. It opens with HimeHina singing the main message of the song: "Even if you cannot choose your fate, at least let's bloom with love." The girls dance in front of 2 statues, resembling Lillian and holding the indigo flower between each other. Hime and Hina lament their inability to fight against fate, crying out for a miracle that will save them from the evil and arrogance that has destroyed the world. But then, as the first chorus approaches, Hina sings "We did it." Text flashes reading "It's a miracle." For the chorus, we watch Hime and Hina dance in front of a tree similar to the one from the Humanoid music video, but now with pink leaves, the color of love. That's the answer. As Hina says, "Rather than cry in our own world, I want to be with you." We move to the second verse, where Hime and Hina confront the suffering in the world around them, walking through a barren wasteland of scorched earth. But like before, the second chorus provides an answer to their problem. "Thank you for the tragedy. We have become stronger." Hime and Hina persevere in spite of the destruction around them, walking towards the door of an ancient temple and singing, "Withering memories are departing from the amber, giving birth to the eternal doors and the heavens." The amber, or the humanoids, are dying away, and now Hime and Hina are discovering the secret to humanity that lies beyond the eternal doors. The girls sing about their lasting love, as Hina says it is forever etched in my heart. The final chorus then kicks into gear. We hear again about the struggle for the indigo flower to bloom, when Hime and Hina close it out with a call for the audience to take hold of fate, clear the winds, laugh at the rain, dance on the path, go indigo flower, the miracle of the stars. Hime finally reaches out to Hina to help her up from the ground, and they sing together, "Even if the withered star is stained indigo, I always want to bloom with you." The last few shots are fast but important. A shot of Hime and Hina's humanoid holograms, then the 2 girls walking into the indigo flower, and after a shot of 2 scientists approaching their holograms, which are now discolored. The humanoids have stopped working, and to me, it means that Hime and Hina have escaped. They found what powers their souls. Love. Yeah, you're probably rolling your eyes at that, but it's actually a somewhat nuanced answer. We may be able to create digital replications of famous likenesses or program complex robots that are infinitely more intelligent than ourselves, but no matter how hard we've tried, we can't program emotions. I suppose it all depends on how you view the concept of a soul and whether or not it's even a tangible thing. HimeHina believes that our capacity to love others in a way that machines are incapable of is what gives us a soul, and they convey this message through an apocalyptic narrative interwoven throughout various MVs. Not exactly what you would expect from 2 VTubers whose emoji logo is a carrot, huh? It really recontextualizes HimeHina's whole channel as well. They're not just 2 YouTubers making funny videos, they're digital representations of human consciousness that are trying to regain their souls. Unlike Kizuna Ai, who presented herself as a cheerful artificial intelligence who just wanted to learn what it meant to have a friend, HimeHina basically turned their brand into one of sci-fi horror, where 2 girls who wanted to achieve immortality were transformed into digital puppets made to perform for all of our entertainment. It really taps into some of the existential dread that comes with the growth of AI, those fears that come with creating machines that may one day outlive and outsmart us. But behind all of the anime avatars and rehearsed personas, HimeHina reminds us of the one advantage human beings have over it all: our souls. We can't succumb to our darker sides, because once we lose that soul, we lose everything that makes us human. And if we instead choose to show love to each other, we'll form bonds that last the test of time. As an English listener, I think I pretty easily took for granted granted the absolutely bonkers lyrics of HimeHina's music, but to be honest, it's a welcome surprise. Not a lot of VTuber music explores such complex themes, and it really sets HimeHina's music above what else is out there. Not even mentioning the fact that the compositions themselves are an amazing listen without understanding the lyrics. I really recommend listening to their Divine Flowers album so that you can follow the full saga outside of this video, and just check out HimeHina's channel in general. A lot of their older videos have official English subs, and they're perfect for giving you a boost in your mood. I hope you guys enjoyed this look into a truly wild VTuber channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!